Alright boys, welcome back to another Series Idle Adventure video. So I want to do a quick little video here and not spend too long talking about this game because I've just done it for like the last half an hour now, but I want to make it like a quick 8 minutes here. But a quick review on this game and my thoughts and opinions. So let's start off with by far the biggest elephant in the room, and that is reusing Grand Cross assets. If you go on the Reddit, a lot of people are complaining of the fact that this game is a cash grab and just reusing assets from Grand Cross, which I feel like is not really warranted, because if we look towards Series of Origins, everything in that game other than of course the gameplay is just reusing assets. All the artwork or even the outfits and armor are just outfits from Grand Cross. But does that make Series of Origin a cash grab? No. What I do think is warranted is that Netmarble also owns a 7 Nights Idle Adventure by the same name and looks identical. It's clear that that was a reskin of this game. So if someone brings up that argument, I can back it a little bit, but I feel like using assets from Grand Cross is not really a problem because the artwork is there, it looks good. There's no reason to remake artwork, which funny enough they have done this game. For a few characters, for some reason, like Gustav and like Simon have different artworks, so that might be something they're preparing for Origins. But yeah, the reason why I'm not playing that 7 Nights Adventure game is because it's not 7 Days Sins. And to be fair, would I play this game if it wasn't 7 Days Sins? If it's for an anime I like, then sure I would. But if it's for that horse anime that Japan loves, that if it got a reskin for this game, will I play it? Definitely not. So yeah, by far the main reason why you play this game is because you are a 7 Days Sins fan. And if you are like even a Grand Cross fan, you would actually recognize a lot of the animations. Like Barn, right now, he's doing like his little nunchuck move he does with coin shot bomb with his AoE skill. Like right there, you saw that? Like a lot of the moves are from Grand Cross, or even just, I guess, from the anime, because that's what he copied it from, of course. But it's still cool to see. Now, by far, the biggest thing I love about this game is the characters. Once again, we're starting back from square one. You know, Season 1, Episode 1 of 7 Days Sins. So you are going to see characters that, you know, show up early on that you don't get to see in Grand Cross anymore. Like, you're never going to use, you know, Denzel, Hellbrim. Like, when was the last time you got a Hellbrim? When was the last time you got a Jericho? Even the Commandments, which are such prominent characters, kind of not shafted in Grand Cross, but like we just don't get them anymore. And of course, this game does do something a bit different, which is like a reason to play a little bit if you are a 7 Days Sins fan, and that is they have characters that are not in Grand Cross, like Grey Road, like Nerobasta, like the Vampires of Edinburgh, and also as well the Black Knights from the Bellion, or the movie, the Bellion Squad, basically. So it's very cool that you can play this game and use characters you don't get to typically use on Grand Cross. And you can see my team set up right now. Like we have Wineheart, Bellion, Mod. You probably don't know who Mod is. He is a character. And then Ren, like these are characters I just don't use onto Grand Cross because some of them aren't even in it, and some of them are obviously SRs and just not usable. Also, the map's actually very cool. It's something that you'll notice when you progress through story mode, but like they are based on locations in the game. So right now we are in Vanya, so this is where the sword, where Melios took the sword out, and currently right now we are progressing through story mode to save Barn. So right in the background we have the actual prison, and then we eventually clear through story mode. We get to the prison, and then the location changes, and currently right now it goes up until, you can see around episode 10, which follows the actual anime. And it goes all the way up until episode 24, which is where the anime ends, which is going to be the revenge counter with Medios versus, obviously, Demon Hendrickson. Currently right now, there are only 5 game modes in the game, but I do suspect we'll probably get a lot more in the future. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get like Demonic Beast, because once again, they're taking everything from Grand Cross a little bit here. So the Golden XP dungeon is basically 40 Sargos, you verse little minions, and the whole goal here is to kill as much minions, or 20 minions within a timer. It's very straightforward. Once again, the gameplay, you know, it plays for you if you don't know the gameplay here. But however, you have some agency over your ultimates as you can order them. So like it will more likely to prioritize King first over like someone like Draw, for example, right? But yeah, it's pretty much straightforward here. You just wait for the timer to run out. If your team is strong enough, you will kill all the little minions, and if you do kill the minions, you'll clear through the stage. That is basically what the Fort Sargos is. But one thing once again I love is like seeing like the animations, like seeing King Sunflower is so cool. Once again, as a 7 Sins fan, I just love seeing it. Tower of Trials is what you expect. It's Tower of Trials, but in Series Idle. However, this one's different because it is a permanent feature and it is a one-time reward. However, you can have different floors for different colors. Like this one, you want to bring lights, you want to bring like reds, for example, you want to bring blues here, or greens here, you want to bring blues. So that's kind of the gimmick here. But when you do clear all 5 of them, which do give some really good rewards, by the way, you can then change towards the hard difficulty, which then get even more rewards, but also at a harder difficulty. Once again, this is the gameplay. You start the mission and you have basically certain bosses, and they are a bit more challenging because you don't typically fight one person. It's always a massive crowd of characters. But I don't think I can clear the stage. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I will, because my greens are a bit lacking. PvP is simple, but a bit different to Grand Cross. Normally in PvP on Grand Cross, you actually get stamina every 2 hours. With this game, you only get 10 a day. Every reset, you get 10 stamina. And the difference is here is that, once again, you are versing bots, right? You don't verse real people. However, the only problem right now is maybe because it's an open beta and I'm a low rank here because it takes very, very long to get towards champion. I believe right now only someone's gotten towards master, and you still have like 2 more ranks above that. But yeah, it's pretty much you go in, you verse bots. Maybe later on when you get towards the higher ranks and towards the top ranks, you do verse actual players' teams, but you still verse their bot or the AI, right? The lab sample dungeon is simple. You just verse the red demon. This one is actually, I actually enjoy the most here because you can kind of clear through the boss at like such a low power level. Like I'm like, he's like double the power level towards me, and I can almost just beat it. But yeah, this one is very fun. It's fun to see the red demon in the game. I hope in the future we can get to see the grey demon and maybe even like the crimson howlix and, you know, the other characters, other bosses from Grand Cross. And in the final game mode, which is probably one of the funnest ones a little bit, is more or less a high score challenge. You can do a practice battle, but once you start the mission, you can only do it 3 times a day, and it is like a seasonal reset, so very much like final boss, but on a weekly basis. So if you look right now, we did towards a practice battle. You can see we're gonna verse Galang, but this is like the 10 commandment hideout. Right now it's only been Galand, and maybe in the future they will go towards different commandments, but once again, you just go in, you verse Galand, you kill him as much as possible or until you die basically. So yeah, the game does go on until you actually run out of 30 seconds, or of course you actually die, and at the end it will tally up your actual score. How much damage you actually do is then based on where you rank in the world. So right now we got 2,770. I mean, this was a practice battle, so it wasn't the actual thing, but like if we look at the ranking, that would have landed us around rank 30. Yeah, like around literally rank 30. So yeah, those are the game modes. Once again, 2 of them are something you just do like auto it a day. The tower charge, you come back every now and again, and when you finally beat it, you feel happy a little bit. And the advent battle is more like a little hardcore challenge that you can do every week. PP, you skip through it. They're very bland, but bear in mind, once again, this is an idle game. You're not meant to be playing it for hours. You wake up in the morning, do a few runs, get your buffs on, and then you kind of level up your team, and you just do that, repeat every single day. By far, the worst part about this game is, I guess, the microtransactions, because it's very obvious they want you to spend money in this game. And like everything you do, and like every time you log into the game, you're just gonna get popped up with a bunch of microtransactions, which I don't think you can turn off. Another thing that some people complain about, and that is the fact that you can't really re-roll in this game, because before you can start unlocking legendary characters, you actually need to get towards level 5. But when you start summoning, you start at level 1 basically, so you can't get any unique characters, which I think is fine. They give a lot of summons to where you can get to like level 3 very easy. And once again, the biggest thing in this game is unique characters are actually better than actual, you know, legendary characters. I mean, there are some like Barnes Broken, but like if I pull Denzel, he's useless, I think. Like, you can look at my box right now. We have a bunch of legendary characters, but I don't use them because I don't need to. They're just not DPSs. Even like a DPS like Nanashi, for example, because he's only capped at level 50 because you can't get him past level 50 because he's only 1 star, then he's not worth using. I'd rather use Ren, who I can take up towards level 70 and even higher, because she's a character you can get duped a lot more easier because she is a unique character for higher rate. But yeah, that is basically all the game has to offer. But is it worth playing? Like I said, the only reason why you'll play this game is because it is 7 Days Sins. So if you like 7 Days Sins and you want to spend some downtime when Grand Cross is a bit lackluster, then I do think it's a perfect time to play and a perfect game to play as well. The reason why I enjoyed it this week so much playing this game was because right now, or at least before, JP released Percival. So for global players, we had to wait a whole week before we came towards the game. So there wasn't much to do other than to sit there and log in and get my gems and just wait for Percival to drop on the game. And this was a good pastime where I can hop on this game, grind up a little bit, play a lot, and, you know, have fun playing another 7 Sins game. So yeah, boys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Let me know if you lot are playing that and if you're enjoying it. Once again, I'm not going to make too much videos on this game going forward for a little bit because, you know, I think I've covered everything I have to offer. I will do a few summons whenever like a new character comes out, or, you know, once we get closer to the launch of the game, I'll probably do a bit more, guys, as more people get access towards it to progress fast in the game. Because yeah, there's some things I definitely want to talk about when it comes towards leveling up characters. But yeah, I've definitely been enjoying it. I'm definitely going to stick to it. And once again, we're going to relive them hype moments we had with Grand Cross a little bit, where he finally reached Eskelin again, when he reached Devriori, he reached Merlin, you know, big characters that I know, once again, we're just not going to get to see in Grand Cross. So at that point, I'm kind of satisfied that I can at least play in one game. I can play like a Berserk Meliodas that we may never get in Grand Cross, but we might get in this game because they might do it first. Who knows? But boys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.